Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Outlanders. We're up to episode 27 I believe, and today we're starting things off back at our base, though we're going to be heading to the shopping district in a very short time. Now as you know, there's a big mayoral thing going on and we probably should be setting up a few things in order so we can actually decide who that's going to be. So that's our first task for today. Let's head over to the shopping district after gathering a few of these resources that we're going to need. And what else do we need? We're going to need a shulker box, an anvil, some voting things. I don't think we've got many of that, so we might have to improvise a little bit. Let's use some wool, actually. 64 of that, and we should be okay. Now, as I fly, I probably should explain a few things. It is November 21st, I believe, as I release this episode. However, you'll see in a few minutes that we're going to be setting the election for November 14th. As I record this, it is the 2nd of November my time, so we should be able to have about a couple of weeks of final campaigning before we vote, and then we'll be releasing the video on who wins the election on the 28th, I believe, of November. So just a little bit of clarification of timing. So let's quickly hop over to the bed, sleep, and then we'll build our voting booth. I think over here should be good, right next to, I think this is Sharp Glitter's chapel or church or something. Now I'm thinking this thing doesn't have to be overly big because it's just going to be a one bit of land. So if we dig this up and make walls like so, that's actually going to be a little bit too small. And of course I don't have an axe on me, so that's going to be a little bit annoying. But if we just push this back one more block, make it a 4x4, that should give us enough room to do things. Get out of the way, Cal. No! And here we are. We've got a rather simple voting booth here and a little bit of a step down there. But anyway, we've got a voting booth here. Yes, do not enter until November 14th. We'll just give a little bit of a look. So we've got the instructions here. Take a piece of wool from the barrel. Rename it on the anvil, which I forgot to put in. Anvil should go there. So put it, rename it on the anvil to your choice for mayor. Put it into the chest provided. And then obviously leave, and you may only vote once, of course. So the candidates are myself, Storm, B-Boy, and Nice Robbie's Dogger. I don't really know who's going to win, but I just checked our Discord, and I believe that is the 4 candidates. So may the best player win. One more thing I didn't quite point out is that when we do vote, when you just let's just say put in an empty ballot for now, put in the empty wall, it should get sucked out into the hopper below and then into the shulker box below that. So if we just come back below here, hopefully this won't happen on the day, because that would be vote tampering. But we can see there is the shulker box below, which of course can't be opened. But you can see the ballot did indeed go into there. So let's take that back out and slot it back into the barrel. And so yes, that is how we're going to count up the votes. It's going to be hopefully nice and clear who the winner is, because we don't really want someone winning by just a couple of votes. I suspect really that it'll be Storm or myself who are going to win, and quite frankly, I do kind of want Storm to win because I think she'd be pretty good at doing all the stuff that needs to be done in this area. But we'll get to that when we get to it, which will be a couple of weeks after I finish recording this video. Now that we've dealt with all that, the second thing I want to get done is to get rid of this massive sand wall that's been surrounding my base for quite a while, and I think it's been just about since the start of the season. I put the sand wall in, and I didn't do much with it since. So if we break our way through here, which we probably shouldn't do, but whatever, you can see that we've got another glass wall back here. What we want to do is actually have this glass wall going all the way around on this layer, not on here. We'll remove this entirely and have a walkway going around here, somewhat similar to this. And the idea is that a couple layers down, we're going to make this we're going to make the walkway go in a bit. So that's not going to be the farming level, because the farming level is all the way up to here anyway. So we're going to have to make this go down straight for quite a bit, and then start coming back in for layers 3 and 4, I believe. So we're going to have to get ourselves industrial amounts of sand, which is partly why I did the super smelters last episode. It's going to help us massively, 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 massively. Now, in between episodes, I've been gathering quite a bit of lava. You can see I've got a full double chest there and most of a box there. I've got a little bit more lava here. Now, what I thought I'd do is, since lava does produce a little bit more stuff per bucket, per fuel source, than regular coal or coal blocks, I thought I might smelt my sand, lots and lots of sand that I have, with lava. So we want to get 15 or 30 lava buckets in each place. So we need to get ourselves nice amounts of lava buckets. We basically need to make sure that the lava goes split correctly. Now, since this is not a resource that can be divided in two, we need to be quite careful with how we do this. So what I thought I might do is not jump wrongly, is actually start dumping them into these side chests. These are the coal chests as well, or the fuel chests, and these make sure it goes left and right respectively. That means I can make sure I put 15 in here, 15 in the other side, or I can just put along a shulker box here. That could work as well, but that's just machinations of how I'm planning to do this. So let me just continue to empty these lava buckets. I think I've got 3 double chests, which is quite a lot, and we shall be good. Yes, just about 3 double chests. This amount should smelt me quite a lot of stuff. Okay, so we've got a little bit of math to work out here. Now, each lava bucket, wherever it is, each lava bucket can smelt 100 items, and each of these things has 15 chests, so that's 1500 items per line, and we've got 4 of those. But we'll just focus on one line for the time being. We've got 1500 items, and if we divide that by 64, 64 being the number of items in a stack of sand, it comes out to 23 and change, 23 stacks and 28 extra. So if we want to be, we're going to have 46 stacks and 56 change, which is just to fill in one side, and that will produce 3000 sand. It's a lot of numbers, but basically it means we're going to get a lot of glass, which I don't think these chests can handle, but we'll cross that bridge when it gets to it. So let's start bringing up the sand from below. We're going to need ourselves, let's see, it was 23 stacks per side, so that means we're going to need 4 shulker boxes, just over 4 shulker boxes, which doesn't sound like a lot. 2, 3, 4, and since we got 8, we might as well do 8. So that does mean we're going to have to do quite a lot. It's a lot of numbers, so basically what we're going to try and do is do 2 shulker boxes per side, as well as, where's the things, 2 shulker boxes per side, meaning 2 lava buckets per furnace. So in other words, a lot of stuff. Alright, so I'm going to have to hope this bit works. So let's dump in 30 lava buckets and hope they all go in, and then we're going to have to do 30 of course in all of them and see. But let's just make sure these all go in correctly first. And let's see, that one doesn't yet, there we go. All of these should have 1 lava bucket in each of them, and in a little bit this, if we are correct and if we do it correctly and not get ourselves trapped, we should see ourselves with another lava bucket in the very end one. So where's my pickaxe? If we get rid of this one, I don't think that does anything. It doesn't, or it did actually, but yes, basically it means we've got ourselves the thing correctly done, I believe. We just need to make sure, because I am a little bit paranoid after everything that happened last episode. This is not as much sand as I was hoping was going to go in here. That's just 46 stacks and a bit of sand. That's not as much as I was hoping, but it should be enough to get started. So let's get this side booted up, and then we're going to have to go hunting for a lot more lava. And I've discovered that some of the fish I put into some of these chests last night, or last episode I should say, were still coming through here. So that's not good for our lava prospects. We're going to have to put in a little bit more possibly soon. Yeah, this chest over here, or this furnace, whichever one it was, the one that didn't have all the sand going through, is going to be really annoying later on. See, I can't find it now, but it's going to be really annoying later on because it's used some of that lava fuel, and I'm just really annoyed that I didn't check that these furnaces actually smelted correctly. It was on this side actually. Yes, but anyway, it's just a little bit annoying. We're going to have to rectify that later with coal. While we wait for this to finish smelting, I have got myself a little bit more lava, but that is for future projects as well. We probably will need to do a lot more smelting as we continue this project, because I think there's a lot more sand than I've got in these shulkers, so quite a bit to go. I really need to stop falling into these holes. But what I thought we would do is start work on our circle bits here. Now, as I pointed out earlier, we've got ourselves a double glass wall here. What we need to do is get ourselves the pathway similar to what we've got up here on at least 3 to 4 different layers. So we'll get ourselves all the resources, and we've got a water breathing potion. That would be good, but I don't think we have one, nor the resources to make one either. And we'll get started on that project. It's going to require quite a bit of prismarine, quite a bit of prismarine brick, which we don't have a lot of, and quite a lot of sea lanterns. So let's toss out the things I don't need, like that, and we don't need the tag stuff for now, so we'll put that away for now, and we'll get ourselves sea lanterns and get started on this project. Now, I thought I'd start on the farming level, which is at Y47, which I think is right here. So we need to make sure we've got ourselves the correct placement and correct placement of all the bits above us. So this might take a little bit of time, but I think that goes there, and that's going to light up things massively. So this should be as simple as following the sand wall and copying what we've got here, which hopefully won't take too long, but we are going to have to keep bobbing up for air. So let's get started on producing this walkway. I've been working on this for some little time, and I've got a little bit of the walkway done, but it's this curve bit that's going to be a bit of a problem, because as you can see up here we've got a double thing, and that is partly because of the white bits here. This actually throws it entirely off, so we're going to have to come up with a slightly different solution, or we just go ahead with it and then fix it up when we have the inside done as well, when we collapse these sand walls to the right level and get it. So what I'm thinking at the moment is that we'll put in this glass, because this outside bit's also going to be a bit tough, how we do that as well. As you can see, I've got myself quite a bit of cyan dye. My furnaces have been working quite well, which we'll just go and see now. As you can see, there's quite a bit of glass in here, and each of these end shulkers has a full set of 27, and there's a little bit more glass here and there. Now, I did refill this thing because I think I majorly miscalculated how much sand and how much gravel and all that things. Gravel and what is it? Sand and lava buckets were going to be used. So I'm just going to leave that sand in there, since that's going to be used sometime in the future. But what we do need to get is this glass, and a whole lot of the crafting tables to get ourselves the cyan glass, and then we can get ourselves the full ring around, and that should massively help us. I'm looking at this thing and it honestly doesn't look quite right. I'm guessing it's because of these corner pieces that I put in, but it just doesn't look quite right. But it's correct. By that I mean it actually conforms to what's up here, more or less. So we really just need to put in the glass. Now this is the tricky bit, just the tedious bit, putting in hundreds of thousands of pieces of block of glass over and over and over again. This is going to take a while, isn't it? I may have overestimated the amount of glass I need. I've still got about 2 shulkers worth of glass, and I've got this all the way down to this level here. So what I really need to be doing now is collapsing the sand and getting rid of all the water inside here in order for me to actually use this. So how am I going to get this? I think it'd be best if I mine a fair bit of this so I can actually walk up here. Then, oh wait, no. If I do that, that's going to stop the water. But then how am I going to get out is the question. So probably didn't think this thing through. Okay, if I do that, that does something. Get rid of that there. So if I just need to keep placing away, and that should eventually lower the water. This might take a while. And as you can see, we've made a fair bit of progress. We've got ourselves the wall here. We've still got ourselves to get rid of quite a bit more water, but we're going to do that in between episodes as well, just so I don't bore you with so many episodes of just water draining and all that. We do have another project which we need to get onto though, and that project involves this, the nether. So if we just pop into the nether, we can see that the portal we've got here is at y equals 59 or 59 and a half, 60-ish. Anyway, so what we need to be able to do is put it up to 78, I believe, because we're starting work on another hub. Mirror Flame, I think her name has been working quite hard on this, so thank you very much for that. And you can see that we need to get it up to this, which is the level of the shopping district. So we've got quite a bit of stuff to work out. Now, this is going to be a little bit hard, given that just out here is a wasteland of basalt deltas, so not the best plan. So what we might do is first dump off quite a bit of this stuff, and then start work on trying to work out where our portal is to begin with, and where we will be going from here. So let's get started on that. Now I reckon for the time being, just a simple nether rack tunnel should do before we start tearing out the old tunnel and placing in the new one. So we just need to work out exactly what coordinates this is on the X and the Z, and we just need to raise it up by the Y axis. So if we have a look at this is at 80 minus 83 and 100 odd. So let's note that down and put that into our up top, somewhere up there. This actually proved to be a little bit easier than I thought. We've just got a nice straight tunnel here, although I didn't quite line it up correctly. And this portal hopefully should lead into my base. So let's just have a look. Let's pop through. And hopefully it works. Come on. Okay, that works. So now if we pop back, we just need to disconnect our old one if this one takes us to it. And let's see. Come on, work. And I did drop my pickaxe to it. Okay, so it does take us to our portal. So we do need to remove this. And let's actually take some prismarine somewhere. Where should we take this prismarine from? Yeah, if we just take some of this away, and that should indicate our new portal. We just need enough to make one more. We just need enough to make some bricks. 10 should be fine. So let's get back to our moved portal and actually get this thing on the road. I never really realized how close we are to other parts of the area. We've actually got ourselves there, our base there, shopping's just over here, mirrors and b-boys are down here, so we're actually a little bit closer than we think. The staircase over there actually makes it a little bit worse, and it sort of distorts everything. So this might actually mean we visit the shopping district a little bit more often. I've just returned to this, and I've just realized that this is not going to be the same as the one that's all the way up there. Partly because we've got this line here, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing here, because realistically this entire thing should be one block over, so that's really stuffed up my plans. That's really stuffed up things. So I'm not quite sure what to do, although if I put something in here, something different, because that's just stuffed it up entirely. What the heck? I really don't know what's going on. Because I know, okay, let me just get this straight. I've built this directly below that. That's correct. Then of course I've got the white thing, which is where I've gone wrong, I think. So yes, but these lights are still in a different place to the ones right at the top. So that I might change that and I might not. I'm not yet certain. But that is something I'm going to have to think about. And on another note, I've just noticed the 2 minecart hoppers that were traversing this rail have disappeared. I need to check if the other ones have disappeared too, because if these ones have disappeared, that means the ones in this one could have disappeared, the one in the other ones could have disappeared. That is concerning, to say the least. Thankfully, the minecarts aren't too too hard to replace, but it's just a little bit annoying. So I think that's going to bring this episode to an end. It's been quite a good episode. We've managed to get quite a few things done. We've got ourselves a new nether portal. We've got ourselves a new outside of the base. This is going to be something really brilliant in the future. And we've got quite a bit more work to do to drain out the entire thing. And of course, we've moved our nether portal. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but we've moved our nether portal, so it's going to be in line with the rest. So I think that brings an episode to the end, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to keep watching out for the next one. Goodbye.